So let me show you how to draw Tom. We'll start for a basic ball for the head. And he's got kind of a long tubular body. It tapers out at the very bottom, and his legs are these tapering tube shapes on either side of the bottom of his body. And we'll draw some oval shapes for his feet. And then he's got his arms extending from his shoulders. And I'll draw some shapes for his hands. We're just roughing in the basic shapes right now. A little bit of a neck. In the front, he's got this tummy separation that comes up the chest and parts in the center and then goes down the other side. That's running the length of his tummy and his chest. And then I'm going to do an eye line right here, median line, and then I'm going to place his eyes right here. He's got these nice cartoon elongated oval shapes for eyes. There's his pupil, iris, and then he's got some nice big eyebrows, nice and thick. And right here in between his eyes, he's got this separation right here that is like the top part of his muzzle. His nose is right here. And then I'm going to rough out the fur coming off of his cheeks. And I like to keep that roundness with his head also. And then at the top, he's got little flicks of hair, this cowlick that he has. Do a little wrinkle above his eyebrow. And then coming off of the rear portion of his cheek, we've got the nice big ears on either side. And then his muzzle. Now, the most prominent thing about his and Jerry's face is that he has this great big cheek right there and on the other side also. And from there, we can start his mouth. There's his muzzle right there. And we like to have it open, smiling. And there's the bottom part of his muzzle. There's his lip. We'll connect the bottom portion of his jaw to the furry part of his cheeks. And then he's got his whiskers. And then there is the inside ear. There's the back side, and then the inside ear kind of turns around into these little furry hairs. And that happens on both sides. Then we have his shoulder, his arm. We have like a color separation for his paw. So there's his thumb, there's a little claw, and he's got 3 fingers, cartoon style. There's one arm. Here's the other claw. There's the color separation for his, from the arm to the hand. There is the other hand and fingers. And then we'll finish his back. Finish that in, finish the front, his little color separation right there, coming down to his tummy. And then we have his legs. Finish those off. Then we have his paws, his feet, 3 toes. There's like a color separation right there. Also color separation right there between the leg and his feet. There's his other leg, his toes, claws. And there's one more thing that we need for complete Tom, and that is his tail. Nice long pointed tail. And that has a color separation on it also. And there is Tom. Start with a nice circle for his head and a little kidney bean for the body. And then his little short little legs and little feet that are turned in slightly. And then his little arms on either side, little hands. And he has a diaper across his tummy. I'll give a little median line and an eye line, and then he has a big mouse ear shape in back of his head. Little muzzle right there. And then he's got these cute big eyes. And then big cheeks on either side of his muzzle. And draw in the eyes. And great big eyelashes. And eyebrows. And then he has some hairs, a couple of hairs that stick out from the top of his head. Round off the forehead, the big cheek on the other side, and then his little muzzle shape with his nose. And then right here would be his mouth, and his lower lip. Do a little cute little tongue inside of his mouth. Then you'll see his lower lip, bottom part of his muzzle, back part of his head, and then the ear attached to the back of his head, ear on the other side. We have his shoulder and his little mouse fingers. There's the hand on the other side. And then his diaper across his tummy. And the sides of his diaper are fastened on by these little ties where the diaper meets on the other side. There's one on either side of his hips. And his little feet. His little tail in the back. And one more thing that we need is his cute little whiskers.